Hello, beautiful people of the internet. This is Rudy here with your yard service, and today we are going out. It's a nice, balmy end of January day. It is just slightly above zero, like degrees, like just above freezing. So what we're gonna do is, in the last few days, we experienced some issues with the driveways, like at the very bottom of the driveway, because we have been applying ice melt to clean off some excessive ice from freeze and thaw and runoff ice and all this stuff. So what happens when all this ice melt runs down the driveway, because most of them are sloped, so it runs down the driveway into the snow that amounts on the bottom of the driveway, basically on the road. So all this stuff gets mushy and then gets rutted up by people driving in and out and over and across, and people get stuck, so it gets really torn up. So what we're gonna do today, because it's just above freezing, hopefully all those rutted areas are not icy from night frost. So we're gonna head out today and we try to scoop off those big amounts of slushy and rutted snow on the bottom of the driveway. And we just purchased this scoopy snow shovel here, this big boy. So we just got this yesterday for this job. Yeah, so this is the tool of action today for the most part, I believe, because we need to get the snow off and away, and we believe this will be the most efficient tool for that job. Yeah, so follow along. We will see for each property what can be done, and I will show you how we do it. That's how it works here. And see you then. Okay guys, first property. So we don't have the mentioned issue of the slushy snow on the driveway, but we have ice galore, and the client tried to manage it, but has gotten out of hand. So we're gonna apply ice melt today and then follow up tomorrow or the day after, and basically take off the slushy ice and the choppy ice that has been popped up by the ice melt. So I'm gonna show you what we're dealing with here. So there you have it, guys. This is all bare concrete, but so this ice is mostly runoff ice and then pooling ice because drainage issues. So all this city sidewalk is all iced up, as you can see. So this is runoff ice here, and that's where the road curb is here. So we have a little bit of a snow build up right there, holding back the drainage from ice melting here. So what we're going to do now is basically apply ice melt all there, and then let it work, let it sit overnight, and then we'll follow up the next day and see what we can remove. Puppy alarm. Puppy alarm. Alright, we have applied 20 kg of ice melt on all those icy areas. I can hear it already crackling. Maybe I'm gonna give you a little ASMR of ice melt crackling. So hopefully that will do the trick. It's quite thick, so but you can see it already do its magic. Kind of starting to get a little bit watery already, so that's good. Applied it all there on those areas. That's all little ice, but that's the majority. That's the big chunk there, because we have runoff from those downspouts on both sides there, but the roof is pretty much snow clear, at least for the most part, so the runoff should be done from the roof area. That snow is probably frozen up enough so it won't cause any issues for the next few days, because it's supposed to get cold again. So yeah, let's hear some crackling of ice melt action. Unfortunately, too noisy in the neighborhood for some ice melt crackling action, so maybe in the future. Okay, so this property does have slushy snow here. It's a little bit off into the roadways, but it's still in front of the property and being caused by like slushiness. So this is what we have. This is what we have, guys. All this stuff here is rutted up, so we're gonna try to scoop it off and basically put it there onto the side there, onto the boulevard, because that's where we can store it. So this is what we're gonna tackle, and then we have some ice on the driveway and on the city sidewalk. Put the ice melt down so we can remove it tomorrow or the day after. So that's our project for this one. Alright, so I have most of the slushy deep snow removed, and that snow shovel worked like a charm. So this is pavement there, the dark spots. There's still a little bit of deep stuff left, but it's kind of like really rutted, so it's hard to get in there. So that should be okay. The bulk slush and deep stuff is off to the side there, sitting nicely. Only thing that's left now is putting ice melt down on the sidewalks and some part of the driveway there. That's really bad there, that's super thick. Yeah, so that's what's left, and then we will follow up with this one and tomorrow or the day after.
Can you hear it crackling? The ice melt ASMR.
So on this property here, we just have to do a follow-up. We had some ice melt put down 2 days ago, I believe, and most of it has melted off. And we have some remaining ice on the city sidewalk there. So we're gonna just try to scrape it off because it seems to be quite loose from the ice melt application. So we're gonna try to just scrape it off and then move it off into the snow onto the side there. So that's what we're gonna do here. Scrapey, and maybe we need to put down some more ice melt for the residual ice to melt off before it gets cold again. And you guys, you have to work in order to earn your lunch. That's how it works here. All right, let me strap you in and you sit back, I work. See that, guys? Beautiful. Beautiful. So we're able to scrape off everything. Now we have jumbo ice. Jumbo ice all across the city sidewalk there. Jumbo ice. So we're gonna move all this ice, move it right across this driveway onto this area because the snowbank is the lowest at this point here. So it's easier to lift over there. This is quite tall and we don't want to have it down here because then we can create drip off and run off ice again. So now we're going to use those two guys and form a V-shape plow so we can carry the most ice across the area and be the most efficient. Okay guys, now I'm gonna shovel this stuff off here. All this ice goes into there. Alrighty, yo. Pile of ice is all cleaned up, and city sidewalk is all clear. Nice. There you have it, guys. All clear. Just a little bit wet from all the slush, but no residual ice left. So we don't have to put down any more ice melt. All this is clear. So we are ready for the second half of winter, guys. Maybe more properties coming up with some slush, deep slush on the bottom of their driveway. This one here is pretty good. As you can see, city has bladed this down already a few days ago. So that's all down to concrete or pavement. So talk to you at the next one. So these guys here have ice all over the city sidewalk. We've applied ice melt the other day, so I chopped this off already. So just have to basically just blow it off to get rid of the little loose stuff there. We have applied ice melt on this section here, but not this section here because we ran out of ice melt. Stuff happens. So we were gonna, and we also wanted to do it in sections, so we don't get overwhelmed with the project, because it takes quite a while to chunk it up. So I'm gonna have the ice chipper there and gonna chop it up in little small icy clumps so it's easy to shovel off. Oh wow, boys and girls, look at all this chunky ice mess So ice chipping galore. I give you a little bit of detail of the jumbly ice there. Isn't that cool? Okay, we gotta check this guy out here. Anyway, so yeah, so now we gotta talk to you right there. So now I gotta scoop it off with the shovel so it's out of the way. And then I will let the client know to get some more ice melt because he likes to get his own ice melt. And we just charge for the cleanup, right? So need some more ice melt over there on that section there because remember we ran out of his supplies when we put this down here. So we just basically take it bit by bit. Okay, let's scoop it off and then we shall have a clean or partially clean city sidewalk. So we have chopped off most of the ice. Some ice won't come off for whatever reason. I guess it needs more ice melt. So look at this. Now we're gonna grab the backpack blower, BR600, and blow it all off nicely so we don't have any loose chunks sitting there. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Right, guys, wouldn't you believe that? Nice and clean. Nice and clean. And we swing around. And we see ice. So this stretch here in between this pavement concrete and this concrete patch there, this ice we still have to remove. A little bit of this is the neighbor's part, but for the most it's our client. So we need to put more ice melt down, and then we're going to come back and chop it off. So this will be our last property for having footage for you guys. We have again the magic scoopy shovel, and we have, let me show you, we have here a rutted section just off the driveway and the city sidewalk. So this stuff here, so this all needs to be basically either leveled out or completely removed, so it's not deep and treacherous for anyone to drive over, around and across, because that is kind of like, once it gets cold again, this will be very hard to kind of like cross, because this is all chumpy and ruddy. So this is definitely nothing fun whenever that freezes up. So we're gonna take care of that, and you will watch. So this is unfortunately not as sloppy or slushy as I thought it would be, because it's still a little bit hard and frozen, although it is above freezing. So, but I think we didn't have direct sun today, so which would have made a big difference, I guess. So it's kind of like cumbersome with a big scoopy shovel there. But again, it can hold the most amount of snow and can easily be dragged without spillage onto the dump area. That's why I use it. But it's very hard to kind of like get in between the ruts and to the dips there. So yeah, so I guess the goal is just to get as much loose snow and out of there, and to kind of like level out those ruts so they're a little bit less sharp with the shoulders when it does get colder again. Yeah, so that's the goal, kind of like get as much loose snow out of there, and to soften up those tire ruts. That's the goal. That's the goal, my dear friends. And I will strap you back over there so you can see where we scoop it, where we dump it. Dumpy dump. Is that good? Yeah, that's kind of like good. And you can see already it's getting dark. So better hurry up there. Hurry up. So those ruts are pretty much still there. I tried to get rid of most of the loose snow and the deep tire ruts on sharp edges. So as you can see here, it's not really great. It's not really that great. Kind of hard to see how uneven it is, but I also tried to get rid of most of the deep snow and loose snow. So that was the main concern. Like when people back out of the driveway, they kind of really have to cross this deep slush and rutted area. So that's a big concern for many people, especially with smaller cars. So we kind of try to alleviate that as much as possible. Now we're gonna deal with all the ice here on the city sidewalk and put down some ice melt. It's really bad over here because the water has nowhere to go once it kind of comes down or drips off the snow. So, but it's getting colder as mentioned before. So we want the sidewalk clean of ice before it gets cold. So we're going to put down ice melts, and that's about this for that property. Okay, the crackling is on. The crackling, the ice melt A Zimmer, and hopefully working its magic so we can get rid of the ice before it cools off again on Monday. Anyways, over and out. This is Rudy here with your Yard Service. I hope you enjoyed this special show. And I will talk to you next time.